All right, so first we're going to start with recording an introduction for the first session. You didn't do a good job at that.
Oh, I thought we were going to pretend like this was the first.
No.
We start over from the top.
It'll go very differently.
We
just do the same.
Time.
We fuck up again.
Exactly the same.
Okay. All right. Hi, my name is Jackson. Start over.
You sound like a fucking idiot.
Wow, what a fool.
It's just like, I do this for work sometimes, and I'm always like, no,
Hi. So we are the Kona Lodge. That's our channel name. My name is Jackson. I am the keeper, game master, or handler. And we're going to be doing a actual play RPG of God's Teeth by Caleb Stokes. We'll just go around and introduce the players at the table. First, we got Toby.
I'm Toby. I've been with the group for, I don't really know.
2017.
Since 2017.
How many years ago was that?
7.
Shit.
4
7?
plus 3.
Look at that.
It's still 2020 in my brain.
It's not, though.
Yeah.
It's 2024.
All right, Toby. And then
Technically.
next we have Adam.
I'm Adam. I have been playing Cthulhu with you guys for probably since like
6 years. It's 2018.
2018. Yeah. I've been playing tabletop games since I was in like middle school.
And Morgan.
I'm Morgan. I've also been playing since I think 2018, 17?
Well, I don't know with D&D, but started with us in 2019.
2019. And yeah, we like to play RPGs together. That's why we're doing this.
And you have a dog that will frequently interrupt the session.
Yeah, she hates RPGs, so she barks frequently.
But right now she's calm, sitting on the couch, licking her feet.
That'll last for a good 20 minutes, maybe.
Eventually, we'll just say enough things to each other, and she'll want to be involved. And
Oh yeah,
She likes to be a part of the conversation.
she enjoys the energy.
And her name is Camel. She's cute. And then our last player is Tim.
Yep, I'm Tim. I've been with the group since this group was a group, which would have been 7-ish years as well. And I've been playing tabletop RPGs for close to a decade at least. I also run the D&D game of the same group, and we've had a couple campaigns in the past.
So, we are going to be playing Delta Green, but not really Delta Green. It's going to be kind of a mix of the Delta Green rules and the Call of Cthulhu rules. Because honestly, Call of Cthulhu is what we're used to. So, the setting of Delta Green is modern day. We're going to be starting in 2001, and there'll be some time jumps along the way. Delta Green is a illegal conspiracy in the federal government that basically serves as a player investigation organization. Basically, a bunch of cops and FBI agents in their downtime or when they're skipping work solve Cthulhu mysteries and stuff. It's very illegal. There's a lot of lore and meta plot behind it that no one else knows about but me. And so the way this campaign starts off, we have one full Delta Green agent and then 3 friendlies. The friendlies are people that have helped Delta Green in the past. They know a little bit about the supernatural, but they don't really know what Delta Green is, and they don't know the full extent of things. Just picture the X-Files for Delta Green, basically. So we're going to go around and introduce the characters. Toby, what is your character's name, and could you describe them, please?
My character's name is Frank Campbell. I am an FBI agent in the white collar division of the FBI, dealing with art and financial crimes and other things like that. I'm 33 years old at this point, and kind of just average build, average Joe guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you want me to go through my bonds? Or?
Yeah. So in Delta Green, each player has bonds that tie them to normalcy and kind of provide a stability for their mental state. And as time goes on, players can choose to erode their bond scores and in place of sanity loss, and they'll degrade their relationships and the things they love until the character is deeply depressed and messed up and alone. So yeah, who are your bonds?
First is my family, which consists of my wife, Olivia, and 2 very young children, Brian and Sarah. And another one is my partner at the FBI, Scott Dilbert, who I've been working with for a number of years at this point. And then my third is my kind of art hobby, painting and art restoration that I do.
And what kind of experiences have you had with Delta Green? You're one of the friendlies.
So, a few years ago, I got contacted by a man I only knew as Gary to go and help deal with a situation with a bag, a rather curious bag that when you put things in it, they just never came out.
It was a spooky bag.
It was very spooky. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone in the group, I'd say.
True.
Yeah.
We are also recording this like halfway through the campaign, so some of the things that they're giving you about their backstories and stuff are things that at the time of this first episode the characters didn't know about each other yet. So yeah. You helped Gary Hall on a past Delta Green operations with a spooky bag.
Spooky bag.
And
Very spooky.
What did the spooky bag do?
What you could put things in it and they just disappeared. Never came out.
Very good.
It's very spooky.
Nice.
Very spooky.
Okay.
Sinister, in
Yes.
fact.
All right, Adam, who are you playing?
I am playing Jake Blevins. He is a sheriff's deputy from Greenbow, Jesus Christ, Virginia. He is in his early 20s, about 5'10", green eyes, brown hair, very average-looking man, standard guy.
He has 10 fingers.
He does have 10 fingers, 10 toes.
And a face.
His face is there.
It looks intact.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
He has a wife and 2 kids.
What are their names?
They are
Named.
Jordan is your wife's name.
Jordan.
And your 2 daughters are Jacqueline and Jennifer.
I love them dearly.
They mean the world to you.
They are everything to me.
They were 2 years old as of
Yes.
2001. You also have deputies, fellow deputies, as your bonds.
Yes. Deputy Porter is the one I had written down.
And you also have Deputy Hams.
Yes.
Then you also, for your third bond, you are a Scoutmaster in a Boy Scout troop.
I am an Eagle Scout and a Scoutmaster, and yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah.
Love getting out there. I think even more important than law enforcement is getting to these kids early. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's your favorite merit badge?
You know? Not.
Could talk for ages about that, right?
Literally everyone here is Boy Scout except for me. Other than Morgan.
I could have been a Boy Scout, you never asked.
And then what did... you're a friendly as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of experience did you have with Delta Green prior to this?
There was a series of violent deaths and disappearances in my little town. And through my investigation into that, I met Agent Gary, who kind of put me on the trail and kind of showed me the ropes and got me more involved than I would like to be. And then from there, I came into contact with what I now believe to be the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a spooky guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Morgan.
My name is Morraine Moss. and I started out as a FBI agent with a pre-med background, focus on forensics, maybe some surgical stuff, and I became an FBI agent because I really thought that was the way to save lives and didn't find fulfillment in that. I traveled a lot for work and mostly just helped with investigations that where people were significantly hurt, and then nothing really came of it of me other than me finding out information for them and then traveling to the next place. I eventually got connected with Delta Green pretty early on in my career and started doing missions with them. And do you want me to talk about that mission?
Yeah. What was your last mission like?
So I went on a mission with some fellow agents. We were in this small town, and we went there because people reported that there were townsfolk that were not acting usual. So we went and started doing this investigation. People were missing now. None of it really made sense. And unfortunately, the investigation didn't really go well. We ended up at a church. Just all hell broke loose. It was just a gunfight, a fire, everything turned into chaos, and my own fellow agents turned against me, and I killed them myself, and I saw insects crawl out of the back of their heads. I think the insects were some sort of supernatural being, so involved with the supernatural in some way. But luckily I was saved by my crucifix that I had gotten, and I now kind of worship that. I did save a little boy, Oliver, who became a bond that I likely should not have because he's related to one of my missions, but I just needed to latch on to something of significance since everyone died. Because of that mission, I was kind of thrust into a leadership role that I believe I in my mind I wasn't ready for. I was traumatized from my last mission, but I knew that these supernatural beings were out there, and I had to trudge forward despite it all, because at the end of the day I knew the supernatural was out there, so I had to do it to continue to save lives.
Nice.
Was my thought. Mm-hmm.
Nice. What are your other bonds besides Oliver?
I have a father, Matt Moss. He lives in a small rural town. He's the kind of guy that likes to sit on an armchair with sit in his armchair with a beer and watch news every night. Everyone knows who's who at this town. And it's kind of a repetitive life, but Matt seems to really enjoy it. He's fiercely proud of his daughter, but he doesn't really understand what she does, and he kind of asks her sometimes like what sort of conspiracies go on in the FBI, and she never tells him, but it's kind of in a joking, loving way. Obviously Oliver the child, I've kept up with him since that mission, just to continue checking on him, making sure he's okay. He now lives with his grandmother. And then Patty and Philip Donahue, they are my college friends. They never really changed. They always say they're going to start a college bar one day, and they keep adding dogs. Every time I go there, there's another dog added in their home, and I never know all their names, but they're just consistently good people. They seem to really just be good friends, good people, stay the same, and that's the kind of friendships that I'm looking for.
And then, what is the physical description of your character?
Morraine is, at this time she's 28 years old. She is she looks tired. She has brown hair. She doesn't put a lot of effort into it, but it's fine. It's just worn down. A lot of the times her back in a ponytail or a braid. She wears suits. They're not tailored to fit her perfectly, but hey, she's an FBI agent. She's a busy woman, and it would be a little strange to maybe look put together all the time, and with the way her mind is kind of fucked up at this point. So, she's not, when you look at her, you think she works, like she goes to work every day, but she doesn't look like very trimmed, if you know what I mean.
Sure. And then, also you have a Delta Green code name, Diane.
Yeah.
So
Agent Diane.
Agent Diane. And the crucifix you mentioned that you have an obsession with, you keep in a sewed-in pocket on your coat.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
All of my clothes, when I buy them, I bring them home, and I systemically sew a pocket for my crucifix to keep over my heart.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then Tim.
Yes, I'm playing Thomas Thompson, or Thompson Thomas, however you want to say it.
Tom.
It's Thomas, or Tom. Thomas is Thomas is 26 at this time. He is a Chicago detective with Chicago PD. He started out right out of high school being a beat cop, following in the steps of his father, who died in the line of duty. He's 6'2", lean, has longer black hair, kind of dreary looking on a day-to-day basis.
I wasn't expecting that. He has longer black hair. He's very thin.
I've been thinking of him. I've been thinking of you as with one of those high and tight cop cuts this whole time.
Nope. It's right here in my physical description.
Do you have a long coat too?
Yeah. Remember, this character is modeled after someone.
Detective T.
How big is your forehead?
Not that big.
Oh, okay.
It's normal. Yeah. But Thomas, he's a murder investigator detective on homicide. So he's seen some pretty messed up stuff in the city of Chicago or at least he thought he had, until he met a guy named Gary Hall, who asked for his help to subdue a crazy man who, Thomas didn't believe at the time, but was some sort of cultist that was trying to do a ritual of nefarious means. But he helped Gary take the guy down and was kind of put into contact with Delta Green in that sense. He's got a couple of bonds. His detective buddies, Rodriguez and Butters, his closest two co-workers that he trusts. His remaining family, Jeremy, his younger brother, and Karen, his mother, who is a piece of shit. Jeremy's great, though. At this time, he's only 8 or younger. He was a young boy at 2001. And at this time, also, Thomas has a girlfriend, Charlotte, who is a small-time reporter, and also his cat, Pineapple.
Pineapple's just a little kitten at this time.
Yep. Pineapple's a little baby kitten. But yeah. That's Thomas.
All right. So these are our players, and first session starts out with kind of separate the players out, and we're just going to start with Agent Diane or Morraine Moss, and then later on everyone will come in and we'll start it. All right. Okay. So we're ready to begin then. Everyone but Morgan needs to leave.
Oh, God.
Go somewhere you can't hear. Morgan, we are starting with you.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You're at home late one night. It's cold. It is February 2nd, 2001. Go ahead and introduce your character first.
My character's name is Morraine Moss. Do I say my Delta Green?
Yeah. Agent.
My Delta Green code name is Denise. I wanted to help people my whole life and decided to join the FBI. I dedicated many of my young years to college and getting a pre-med degree to know how to do medical forensics and those kinds of things, but I found the FBI to be lacking in how often I was actually able to help people until I was approached by Delta Green following a more interesting case, and since then I've been also working with Delta Green as a secret agent.
That sounds good.
Agent.
Delta Green is an illegal conspiracy in the government, it is not legal at all. You're breaking the law doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And you believe it's worthwhile. You are the lone member of D cell, and by default, the team leader. You don't really know other people in other cells. The only people that you know of are Agent Charlie and Agent Ernie. But you've never met them before. And you don't know the identities of anyone in C cell or E cell. And you receive messages from your team leader. You did. Through encrypted email, but you haven't got one since the disastrous mission that occurred several months ago. A cell is the
top guys.
The top guys. Things come from them. You gave your report to them. They accepted it, and you haven't heard anything more about another operation. So, late one night, you're waiting. What do you do at home alone?
I'm eating a large bowl of cereal, sitting on my couch in the dark, listening to just the TV play, not really watching. And I'm just casually hanging out, relaxing after what I imagine was a typical but exhausting day.
It's very cold outside. And then all of a sudden you get a little notification on your computer, on your desktop computer that you have. And you walk on over to your huge desktop computer. You got mail. And you got an encrypted email. So, it is a meeting request from an Agent Clove. That's Clove with a C. You've never heard of this person, but they're using Delta Green's communication system. You are needed at a rural gas station off I-95 in Maryland at 2 a.m. tonight. Knowing what you know about Delta Green and stuff, in-person meetings between cells are supposed to be arranged between cell leaders, and no one possesses your contact information save A cell and the leader of C cell. So this must be Clove. She must be the new leader of C cell. But you do know that operations with multiple cells are not supposed to involve cells adjacent to each other in the alphabet structure. So that part is a little strange too. So, yeah, it just says Delta Green meeting request, 2 a.m. Saturday, February 3rd, at rural gas station off I-95 in Maryland. And she gives you the actual address.
Does she ask for a response in the email that I'll be there? Okay.
No, this is literally like 4 hours from now.
Okay.
So you drive out there?
First I'm going to prepare a little bit.
Or do you want to do anything else?
I don't want to notify anybody of me leaving, but...
You live in D.C., so you're very close to this already.
Okay. I am going to holster a gun to, my leg, essentially, and have a long coat over. And I'm going to wear a vest, a protective vest as well, just to be safe, since while I don't necessarily think Agent Clove is up to no good, it is a bit against protocol that they're reaching out to me and that the alphabet isn't exactly how I've been told it's structured.
Sure.
But I also know Delta Green is... they probably work with the resources that they have, it seems like. And I might call my dad real quick.
Okay. You called your dad. He picks up. Hey there, how you doing?
Hey, Dad. Oh, I'm having one of those nights in, but I decided I just wanted to give you a call real quick and see how you're doing.
Well, I appreciate it. No, I'm just here watching
Jeopardy. You
whatever's
always
on.
are watching. I can hear it in the background, Dad. You always
I
do
love
that.
Jeopardy.
You love it. You're so bad at it too.
I do my best.
You do
you know
your
that.
I know. Anyways, Dad, I'm having one of those long nights just looking at reports and all that. But I was wondering, would you do me a favor and give me a call tomorrow at 8?
Oh, sure. You
And-
waking up on a Saturday early?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get up and, if for whatever reason you can't get in touch with me, try again at like 10.
Oh, no problem. I'll give you a ring.
Okay, I love you, Dad.
All right, I love you too, sweetie.
Oh, that one? I think that's a sports one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got it, Dad. Okay, I'm going to go, all right?
All right.
Okay, bye. And I am going to leave my personal cell phone at home.
Smart.
And I'm going to get a burner phone that I have prepaid.
Sure.
I probably keep a pack of
can
them
do that.
hidden somewhere in my house, just prepaid. I don't think any FBI agents would question why an FBI agent has a burner phone, but
They may.
I'm going to grab a burner phone and I'm going to call a taxi and head out.
You have a car. You want to take a taxi?
I want to take a taxi.
That'll be someone knowing where you're going.
That is true. Okay, I'll take my car.
Okay. What kind of car do you drive?
As pretty basic, probably like a Honda Civic.
Okay. Interesting.
Why?
No. And you drive out to this gas station. You have your beeper on you, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to snow. After a couple hours, you get there. Do you want to get there early? Do you want to get there on time?
I want to get there. I want to go ahead and drive by, see what it looks like. Does the gas station look busy? Does it look abandoned?
So you drive by early?
I drive by early, but I don't stop yet. I just want to check it out.
So you drive by at like 1 a.m., so
Mm-hmm.
it's an hour before, and you see there's a car in the lot. It looks like a 1998 Toyota Corolla. That's the only car there.
Okay, then I'm going to keep driving, and I'm going to find a place to park, and I'm going to plan on getting there at 2 a.m.
Okay. And you wait in the morning. What are you doing in the car alone?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
I might turn the radio on low just to stay awake.
You listen. You hear what's a song from 2001? Hey now, here and stuff.
Is that a song then?
I think so. Yeah. Anyway, at 2, you pull back into the gas station. There are 2 cars there. There is the Toyota Corolla, which you saw before. You see a 95 Honda Civic.
Oh, is that what you said? That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. And so you pull up. Yeah. What do you do?
I park, and is the gas station open? Is there lights on?
Mm-hmm.
I pull up and I look around. I look into both cars.
Both cars are empty.
Both cars are empty. And I step inside the gas station.
Okay. So, you go inside the gas station. It's poorly lit. It's a typical gas station. There's some chips, and some drinks. There's one gas station attendant in there, and then there's a hallway going back. The attendant looks up as you come in and nods at you, and then points towards the back in the hallway, indicating a small room in the rear by the restrooms.
Of restrooms?
He just nods back there.
Thank you.
You go back.
I walk back.
Okay. As you walk back, you going through the hallway. You notice something on the wall. It's a cardboard advertisement for pizza. It sits near the entrance to the room. It's a large photo of a young girl's face, tilted back to bite into a slice of pizza. But the image has been vandalized, the eyes blacked out, and a stitched scar added to the cheek, and the phrase, "too white," that's two with 2 O's, "too white," written across the girl's enormous teeth. Each pepperoni slice has the word "meat" written across it in all caps.
Too white meat.
And you go into the room. The room in the back. It's a darkened room.
Before I open the door, I'd like to try to listen, see if I hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
But yeah, you open the door.
Yep.
You open the door. Completely dark room. There's the only things that you can see in the room is these little tiny monitors that seem to show outside the gas station cameras. They're the cameras that are pointing outside. But the rest of the room is dark.
I'd like to assume I brought a flashlight since I was coming here late at night.
Sure. I mean, you could also turn on the light.
I'll turn on the light, yeah. I'll turn on the light.
You turn on the light, and there's someone already standing in the room in the darkness. She is a middle-aged black woman standing in the room.
Okay.
Right in front of her on a table are a pistol, a manila folder, and a filthy pink folder illustrated with a cartoon cat. The woman is middle-aged, 5 feet, barely 5 feet tall, 154 pounds. She looks sleep-deprived but alert. She greets you, Agent Denise.
You must be Agent Clove.
Yes. ASAL has tasked me with contacting you. You've been given a list of friendlies to vet for entrance into the group. They've already had a credential review. Your mission is a loyalty test. Their names are in the manila folder. You've got a conference room set up at the Holiday Inn Express in Sykesville for tomorrow morning. A criminology lecture. You're supposedly training law enforcement and government personnel on domestic abuse. And then she goes over to this hot dog griller and plugs it in, and it starts making a really loud ringing sound. It's almost hard for her to hear her. And she walks up close to you. You can see her eyes are bloodshot. Now, the job. You're going to be taking these friendlies on this loyalty test. This job needs to be done. Looks like she's kind of struggling. There is a orphanage, a children's residential facility named Cornucopia House, located on a farm near Zion, Maryland. I need you to go there and kill everyone over the age of 18. This job needs to be done. You are to finish it while vetting the potential talent. She holds up her hand. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Finish it while vetting. Does this sound like a usual job?
I mean, she's telling you you're going to go to an orphanage and kill every single adult there.
What's the reasoning?
They have that coming. You need to secure unregistered firearms that cannot be traced back to you or any of the friendlies. Mask up, go to Cornucopia House at night after the kids are asleep. Kill every adult there. Do not let the targets speak at all.
Why?
It's game over. Who knows what they could say? You've got to kill them before they talk to you.
But is there a reason? What does something happen if they speak, Agent Clove? There's some...
In our line of work, you understand that maybe letting these people talk, who knows what can happen.
There are some unprecedented ways in how we're meeting. Normally, 2 people of the same cell group don't meet this way. The
situation is fluid and it's above your pay grade. Make a human roll.
Ooh. I pass. Do we do extremes or hard?
Yeah.
It's a hard.
So you get... she is telling the truth about some sort of situation being fluid. But you get the suspicion she's lying via omission. But she continues on. You need to kill every adult. Dispose of the bodies and evidence. And when it's done, after you finish killing everyone and you're still there, call me on this burner phone. And she has a burner phone for you. Tell the recruits whatever will get them to cooperate. Do not let the recruits call for help or permission from anyone in their day jobs. This must remain compartmentalized.
I feel like you're not telling me something.
If you don't already know, you aren't supposed to. Let that suffice. That's the situation we're in as a group.
If I don't kill these people, will people die?
Take a look in the folder if you want, but once you see what's in there, you will understand why they have to die. She throws the Hello Kitty folder at you. The Hello Kitty folder, before you open it,
She's Hello Kitty.
the cover of the folder is pink and has a cartoon cat from Japan on it. The cover, I didn't put it on there, but the cover is sticky from specks of blood and something black that looks like oil. It smells of gasoline. She says, right before you're about to open it, she puts your hand on it. I would advise you trust me before you look in there, but if you must, see for yourself.
I still can't take a life without knowing that it is what's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to look.
You open the folder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a sandy roll first of all.
29, that is a pass.
Lose 1. You open the folder, and it's like your mind just goes numb. Your eyes have trouble focusing on what you see in here. Inside, you find multiple Polaroid photos. And in there, you see... Let's see. The images... you just hear... From initially, it's just vague numbness as you thumb through these photos. And you hear... anything else gets numbed out except for the droning at that hot dog grill. Mm-hmm. You just hear high-pitched ringing in your ears as you go through these. You flip the folder open, and you feel like you're being drawn into it. It feels like it's hurting you. And it terrifies you. Inside, you see pictures of men and women with children.
Okay.
And things.
And things.
And shadows. It's hard to really look at these photos really closely. But it is very clear this is children being abused in the worst ways you can imagine them being abused. And there is a lot of Polaroid photos here. But even still, getting this knowledge, you're still only vaguely able to look at it as if your mind is trying to protect you from what you're seeing here. And you're seeing children being hurt sexually, and in some cases even killed in snuff pictures.
I shut the folder,
Yep.
and I look at her, and I was like, they have it coming.
They have to die.
They have to die. I understand the mission. I will secure unregistered weapons. I will meet these new friendlies for a loyalty test at the Holiday Inn for, the Criminology Expo.
Mm-hmm. You'll be in charge. You'll be leading the mission.
From there, I will go to the orphanage, Cornucopia House in Zion, Maryland. We will wait until night, and we will go in and we will kill every man and woman over the age of 18 and older. What do we do with the children?
Call me when you're done taking out the enemies, and we'll figure it out from there.
Understood, Agent Clover. Or
Clove.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's what you have. Is there any other questions you want to ask?
Do you know of any green boxes with supplies or weapons close by?
You'll need to get them from somewhere.
Do you have any leads on where I could get unregistered weapons?
Gun show, break into someone's house, find someone selling them online nearby who'd be willing to meet up with you.
Understood.
She looks at you and nods. She says, "Good luck." And she takes her leave and walks out.
Okay.
Left alone. Yeah. So you take the stuff,
Yes,
both folders and
I
stuff.
can't leave it here with the gas station guy.
Yeah. And she says before she leaves, because they may challenge you on that, just show them what's in the folder. It'll change anyone's mind. When she leaves. So you have the instant anger and everything. You're going to have between 2 a.m. and I believe it's 10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So you'll have several hours. So you're obviously still going to be angry. We can also think about, because you're a Delta Green investigator, you are used to investigating things. It's like it's in the rules, like surveillance and stuff before you go in there heavy.
Right.
But you do whatever you want, because this is obviously the worst thing you've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
So, and from now, we're going to go to you getting in your car and just sitting there for a bit or something.
Yeah.
Or do you want to buy any alcohol from the gas station clerk before you leave?
I want to keep my mind clear for now because I need to prepare, and I'm mostly thinking. I'm concerned. I'm thinking about my fellow agents that just died. I'm thinking about how I wasn't able to prevent their deaths, how I went into a building without surveilling at first, and basically everyone died because of a choice that I made. That's how I view it. Even though technically the mission was completed by removing all of those creatures. I'm trying to think of ways I can make sure a disaster like that doesn't happen again. And
you should also be thinking about what you're going to say to these friendlies when you meet them. And so have
they been approached at all by Delta Green, or am I the one approaching them?
So in the file on them, it has their names, their addresses, and phone numbers, and what they've done for Delta Green. So on one of them it says Jake Blevins, deputy from rural Virginia town.
Do I write this down?
Yeah, Jake Blevins.
Jake Blevins.
Yeah, and that's Adam. Deputy from Virginia town, assisted with disposing of remains of supernatural killer and victim. And that's what they did for Delta Green before. And then Toby is a Frank Campbell, and he is an FBI agent who deals with art theft and forgery. And then he helped Delta Green with finding different artifacts that they needed to find pertaining to archaeological or magical stuff. And then Tim's character is Detective Thomas Thompson. Isn't that going to go great with what the subject matter is? Yeah. He's Detective T. He's like Mr. T.
These names.
And he helped out by shooting a crazed cultist with a Delta Green agent. And he's a police detective in Chicago. So yeah. So I'm going to have you go out there and then them come in, and I'm going to talk to them for a little bit.
Okay.
It won't be very long. It'll just be they're all going to be at there first, and then you're going to come in. Probably sleep. How are you going to come in? Just tell that and I'll describe it.
How I'm going to come in?
Like when you come into the conference, the big conference area.
And is it just going to be them in the room?
It's just going to be them.
I'm going to walk in, and I think I'm just going to be like, "Hello, boys. You can call me Agent Denise." And that's it. I'm Agent
Okay.
Denise.
And then you're going to lead the briefing. I'm telling them what the mission is, what their goals are, what they need to do, and everything. So,
Okay.
any questions?
Should I not share any of these rules?
I mean, no, you can tell them.
So I might use some of those.
They don't know that the Delta Green is a illegal government program.
I feel like that's something that they should be aware of.
That it's illegal.
Yeah.
They may be more willing to help if they think this is all above board. But anyway, it's up to you. It's whatever you just want to tell them.
Okay.
All right.
Meat's on the menu, boys.
Okay.
Everyone come in
Everyone?
except for Morgan.
Okay.
No.
We can hear mumbled stuff, so since you're gonna not be talking to yourself, maybe put on some music.
All right, you guys.
Is it us three? That's funny.
We're fast friends, known each other for years.
Oh wait, my dice are in there.
Buddy.
Hey,
Brother!
You're
Play
my
free,
brother.
Wait a minute, that makes one of you very young.
The three of you, you all have your different jobs. You could introduce yourselves to each other when you guys are all in the same room. But essentially,
Could I get today's date?
so essentially today is February 3rd, 2001. And all of you were assigned, randomly it seemed, don't know why the hell you had to come here, to a conference for domestic
Sexual harassment.
for domestic abuse intervention and response professional development, seminar 2B.
they send us here all the time.
You guys, who would arrive at a conference first?
I would probably try to be very early.
Okay.
I would think
This is in Sykesville, Maryland, also, at the Holiday Inn Express.
nice.
I feel like this is pretty beneath me.
But you had to go, so.
Yeah.
I agree.
Is there free?
I'm saying-
I am like kind of flattered to be here.
Big city, Saxville.
Saxville, huh?
I would just be annoyed,
Yes.
so I would be there after on time. Just a little bit.
Okay, so you would get there first, Adam. So Toby gets there second, and then Tim. So Adam, you got there first.
Helping myself to the continental breakfast.
There is indeed a small tray of bagels, a coffee pot, and a projector. It's running a PowerPoint on a small computer, and it's just looping the PowerPoint. But there's no one else here. After a few minutes, you see a man walk in. Describe what both of you look like.
I am early 30s. I guess we don't have a size.
No. Actually, you know what? We'll save the descriptions for when Morgan's in here. You see a man walk in.
I'm a man.
You see a man sitting.
Yeah.
A young man.
You want to say anything to each other?
I see you're a man sitting.
Are you here for the expo?
No. Yes.
Oh. Well, you're in the right place.
This is. Don't really want to be here, but I guess I have to.
It's a Saturday, also.
I mean,
is there?
Also, you got this literally yesterday. You had to come up here.
I kind
So
of
it's-
get it.
Maryland.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah.
They send us here all the time, so not to Sykesville, Sykesville, but to these expos, right?
Yeah, I've been to a few, unfortunately. I'm gonna go get some whatever breakfast.
Yeah. And then Tim, you arrive.
I fully think everyone here does the same thing I do.
You see two men.
Morning, are you checking?
You guys are in the room.
Are you're here for the expo? I'm eating a bagel.
Yeah. Do I just sign in with you or something?
Do we have to sign in?
Yeah, what do you guys dress like?
I'm wearing like a cheap, oversized suit.
Okay.
Like it looks like my father's.
Well, it's
suit.
also 2001, so like probably big.
Yeah,
suits.
like it looks like an '80s style suit.
A denim tie.
Yeah, or just like a very fat tie, like big, like shoulder pads almost.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Jake Blevins,
Detective Thompson.
Deputy Jake Blevins. Sorry.
I come back with my bagels.
Bagels.
As soon as you walk up, I've taken another bite.
Is there any scrambled eggs?
There is no scrambled eggs.
There is quiche.
Is there quiche?
There is no quiche.
Okay, well those are the same thing. So yeah. I come back with my bagels, and I'm Frank Campbell, Agent Frank Campbell.
Nice to meet you, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
just
just
see.
gonna get some coffee.
You just see the PowerPoint running through different slides on domestic abuse. And
They didn't even like commence the thing. They're just playing it in the background.
So he's a special investigator.
He
Yeah, I'm pointing back. Sorry, he walked to get the desserts, or not the desserts. The
Be more
brownies,
clear.
which is over
I went to get some
Anyway.
coffee.
So are you with the Stadies? Are you a marshal? What are you?
I'm with the bureau actually.
Oh, they got me up here with pros.
Who are you with?
Sheriff's Office of Greenbow, Virginia.
I just walk away.
you sit far away. It's a huge room, and you're all sitting. You're sitting very far away.
I was originally sitting like where they were sitting, but they took my seat, so like I just kind of sit a little ways down.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to each other?
I just want to get this over.
By now it's like 10:15. No one's shown up.
I kick over, like, I turn a chair and make sure to kick up my feet and just sip on coffee and look around, look at my watch.
There's no like presenter or someone here.
There should be, but no one's here yet.
Is there a pedestal of any sort?
Yeah.
I go up to the pedestal and look for, like, files or a folder of, like, speeches.
No, only thing in the room is the food, the computer that's at the desk that's playing the slideshow on loop, then the pedestal, and then a bunch of chairs.
Should we call the front desk? Maybe there's a message.
Yeah, go for it.
It's like past the time when it should have started.
Oh yeah, 15 minutes late. And just as you're about to stand up, a woman comes in. Morgan, come in.
Oh boy.
Here's your folder.
Well worn.
You come in and you see three men sitting very far away from each other in a big room. A slideshow is playing in the background. It's playing off of a computer and a projector. And it's just on a loop.
Are you an investigator too?
You can call me Agent Denise.
Oh, a lot of agents. Another agent.
It'd be better if you all come closer.
Agent Denise.
I get
First
up.
name?
You can call me Agent Denise.
Okay,
Well,
all right.
Do you make a habit of
Miss Denise.
questioning an agent that comes in and sits down with you?
You're not
I'm,
sitting down
I'm
yet?
sorry, Miss Agent Denise.
Miss Dr. Agent Denise.
What are we doing?
As I said, you can call me Agent Denise. I don't want to know your names. I don't want you guys to introduce yourself in any shape or form. I just need you to come sit closer, please.
Should we not have?
Yeah.
I immediately come sit over. I'm terrified.
15 minutes late.
I walk over,
so we
I
did
pull
talk
up
to each
another
other.
chair,
That's-
sit down.
Moving forward, I don't want to know your names other than a chosen alias that you give me. It's better that
That
we don't.
should be different than our names.
Yes.
He's wearing like a
Why
name
don't
tag.
Jake.
Not Jake.
Wait, let me think.
Alright, not Jake Blevins. It's
Okay, listen. I'm sorry. Maybe I came on too strong. Okay.
You can
But-
call me Mr. T.
That's gonna be great for this hook of a campaign.
Is it just Mr. T or is it Mr.
Can I
like
ask you a
T
question?
E
So when
E?
they were-
Or is it just the letter?
No, it would just be the letter.
Oh boy. You're Agent T.
Well, I mean, I can't go by my full name apparently. So
I do like the using agent first name.
Okay, I was confused. Okay. I'm not gonna have
That's
Agent
good. Agent.
I wrote down your name because I wasn't gonna call you your name the whole time. Now my notes are a mess.
I'm
My notes good.
I'm Agent Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Ron George
George.
He was just inaugurated a month ago.
Man, he's gonna do so good.
I'm so excited for him.
Nothing could set this presidency astray.
Okay,
How many
Sorry.
papers did you have?
a lot. I was taking notes.
Damn.
Okay, Jake Blevins.
How do you know my name?
Don't introduce each other.
Well, I realized something after I came in. Sorry. Jake Blevins, you helped with a case of disposing of the remains of a supernatural killer.
How do you
Great.
know that?
Frank Campbell, you work with art and forgery, and you helped an FBI agent get certain artifacts that had a supernatural
I fucking
capability.
knew it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a little weird, but it's all in my report.
Can I call my wife before you arrest me?
I'm not arresting you, I promise. Mr. T,
Yeah.
you shot a cultist.
I shot a dangerous man, miss.
Who likely had some form of supernatural ability or was worshipping someone with a supernatural ability or something of a supernatural.
Ma'am, I'm from Chicago. There's a lot of weird people.
So, yes, you were involved in that, correct?
I've been involved in a lot of cases.
Well,
yes.
I have a mission.
Why did you rent out this
Is it-
conference center?
Is
I
it
didn't.
is it related? Is it?
Who did? What?
My assistant.
Who did what?
I was like, why did you rent out this conference center for 3 people?
Is it
She's like,
related?
I didn't.
Is it related to my thing?
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
There is.
This is
You
some
can do
kind
this
of,
one.
I'm doing fine.
I know you're doing great.
This is some kind of interagency
I just told them there was
task
a mission.
force thing.
We want to see if you.
Make an alertness roll, everyone.
The eggs are
Except for you.
I fail.
Is there an extreme or anything, or just success?
Not for this roll, but in general, yeah.
I have a 10 out of 80.
Oh gosh, she's gonna climb up here.
Where do I go?
I'm
Do
not
we,
very
do
alert.
we
in
mark
this instance.
skills similar?
No,
No. Okay.
Don't you mark if you
if you fail. Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Oh, so if we fail.
That's the check.
So, who succeeded? Just Tim? Okay, Tim, Detective T, you notice the PowerPoint presentation has stalled, and it's froze on a slide titled Red Thoughts. You can see clip art of a red-tinted brain sitting slightly off-center, surrounded by a bulleted list of motives given by perpetrators who commit domestic abuse, listed in order of frequency: to feel more powerful, to get control over your partner, because you needed to make your partner agree with you, stuff like that. That's all. You just notice the slideshow has stopped. But yeah, you can go ahead.
You've been gathered here because your skills have been noticed, and we believe they will help with a specific operation that needs taken care of quickly.
Has this been cleared with my supervisor?
Yeah,
I've already got a
check
lot
in
of
with
work.
the main office.
Let me tell you the mission, and then you can decide whether or not you want to be involved, but I highly suggest that you decide to be involved. All right?
I'm very flattered.
You should be. What you did was very impressive. That's why you were noticed.
Okay. I'll do it.
Do you want to be an agent? I think you could be a great agent. That's the only reason you're here.
An agent of what?
Justice.
I'm affiliated with the FBI.
So you're an FBI agent?
Yes.
Okay, as am I.
Great. So you'll let me get into the mission then. As I'm sure you're aware, since you've worked with supernatural entities in the past in some way, shape, or form, which is why you're here, at least in some way.
Allegedly.
Look, it's a supernatural entity. It's like Slimer broke into the room. Please.
Oh boy, oh boy. What are we doing? I think she wants to know. Doesn't she?
She's gonna go eat that stump again.
Eat the
Is that
stump?
what she's been doing now?
Why does she eat the stump?
She loves it. And then there's a dirt pile she's been eating. Just dirt.
It gets her good nutrients.
I can proceed with your briefing.
There is an orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Cornucopia House. It's in Zion, Maryland.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Every woman and man there, 18 and older, needs to be taken out.
Why are there women and men over 18 in an orphanage?
I'm assuming a caretaker of some sort.
Do you think the kids take care of themselves in an orphanage?
Why are those adults allowed in that child building?
It's
Why is
just
it a
unsightly.
Orphanages should be run by children.
Children know children.
Before this happens, we need to...
I can't.
You're talking about killing a lot of people, aren't you?
I can't do that.
Let
I
me
work
get into
in
the...
white collar crime. This is not for me.
When I'm finished explaining, I'd be happy to give you this folder to read through. I promise you, if you do decide to read through this folder, it will give you everything that you need to know to decide to go forward with this mission.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How does this help the people of Maryland?
It helps
Does
the
the
children.
governor know?
It helps the children of the orphanage.
My personal friend, the mayor.
I just pick up my coffee. That's it.
Before going to Cornucopia, we'll need to, of course, prepare. I would like to gather as many unmarked weapons as we can that won't be tied back to us or any organization. We'll need to scope out the building, Cornucopia, the orphanage. My suggestion, as always, would be to check everything out, figure out the layout as best as we can, and then go in at night, kill them while they sleep. As quickly as we can, and then of course we will call in so that they can come in and help the children.
You're talking about killing a lot of people without explaining anything
The
to
folder
us.
will explain everything. But
All
I would
right.
recommend to just trust me.
I'm not going to do that,
I-
and I'll be honest.
I
with you.
gotta be
Let's
honest.
go on a murder spree.
You need to go to this orphanage and kill every adult. This
I
is
didn't-
simple.
I'm investigating so many art
This was a
thefts
conference
right
on
now.
domestic abuse.
I gotta be really honest.
Do you guys care about children?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't even kill someone last time.
You disposed of somebody.
Not the same.
Yeah, but you don't know what he did.
You were scared of being arrested 5 minutes ago.
Yeah! Why would I kill someone? How many people?
A lot.
I'll read the folder, but
Again, I'd recommend you
are
just
you
trust
gonna
me.
disappear me?
But yes, here's the folder if you need. Here's the folder if you need to.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
take
get a
it.
copy of
So
that.
looking at the folder, it is burnt all over it. There's blood on it, and there's like a black ichor on it.
I open it.
And inside, gonna read. Make a sanity roll first.
I succeed.
Sorry. So, don't metagame, Toby and Tim.
Yes, I will need to read it ourselves.
And he is looking at it first. Inside, you find your head becomes numb. Your vision starts to blur as you look inside this folder.
I just trust you now.
It's super hard to focus on what is in here, and you feel it hurt. Did you succeed on your sanity roll?
I did.
You lose one.
Okay.
It should be more. And it is soul-sucking what's in this folder.
God.
Inside you find Polaroid pictures depicting men, women, and children, and things, their forms combining in ways that are a compelling argument against the existence of a good God. This is the worst thing you've ever seen. Kids are being hurt in the worst ways possible, and in some cases, they are being killed. Some of these pictures are snuff pictures, in addition to the disgusting and horrifying sexual abuse. And yeah, that's what you see in the folder.
Are the adults? I like to close it. I'm not looking
Yeah,
at it
yeah.
anymore.
I need you. I'm going to give you a choice between 10 things of a sort of reaction to it. Sorry, one second.
Go.
Outrage, sorrow, revenge, humor, precision, purpose, acceptance, isolation, denial, excess.
Let's read through those again.
Outrage, sorrow, revenge, humor, precision, purpose, acceptance, isolation, denial, excess.
Sorrow.
This is what you feel. The rest of you look at him, look inside this folder. You can't see what's in it from where you're sitting, but you see his face go pale. And he closes it.
Are the people that we're going there for responsible for this?
To my knowledge, yes.
What is it? Do you look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lose sanity. You see the same thing that was described. Make a sanity roll.
I'm just looking at you smiling now. Just kidding. I'm not
You're like, you see there's bagels. So it's,
I'm like, oh, I forgot. The
So
orange
I
cream
critted?
sickles.
Don't talk
lose
to me
one
without
still.
my cough.
What?
and Toby, outrage, revenge, humor, precision, purpose, acceptance, isolation.
Outrage.
And that's what's going on inside your head. Tim, you see the second person you see look into the folder, go pale. You pull it up for yourself.
I'm a Chicagoan.
Well, compared to these two, I have seen lots of them.
And so you open it, and it is the worst thing you've ever seen. And make a sanity roll. And for all of you,
I pass.
that was your first viewing. If you want more details in it, you can look again, but it will be more sanity loss.
I don't want to look at it.
So I did see in the character creation.
You noticed some of the men had tattoos.
I would go again.
Make another sandy roll.
And I would have purpose.
Purpose.
Yeah. Hard success.
Okay. Lose 1 again.
Okay.
This one, so you've lost 1 from helplessness and from violence. For that.
What I? Oh, so I check mark 1 of each.
Uh-huh.
Oh, would I have 2?
If you've only taken a look at it once.
Yeah, that's true.
The lighting is amateurish, inadequate for the scene in which it was filmed. It took place somewhere in the woods or on a farm. The first picture shows a cottage with a sign in the distance. If you look real close, you can read Cornucopia House. You shut it. Horrifying. You can look one more time if you want to get a full close look at it.
Yeah, I would get as much detail as I could out of it.
Make another sandy roll.
Yep, still pass.
Okay. Lose 1. Looking inside the Hello Kitty folder. Let's see. You don't have an art. You have computer science or SIGINT at 40% or more.
Not at 40 of either. No.
Okay. You can roll it either one of those.
I'm not going to succeed. I have a 0 on both.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
The photos carefully avoid the faces of adult participants. Some seem young, some elderly, some fit, decrepit, or obese. Some men, some women. There's a few tattoos visible, and some of the men are castrated. The tattoos, with your close look, they clearly come from the Russian prison tradition. They seem close to Eastern Orthodox symbols.
Okay, Russian prison
Tradition and Eastern Orthodox. Does anyone have a cult? Oh, you do you have a cult at 60% or higher?
No, it's 60 now.
Okay.
I do.
Well, you're not looking at it closely.
I would say something here in a second.
Well, she needs to see the symbols in order to.
Right. I was gonna grab a piece of napkin and a pen or something, just pop out a pen and be like,
Okay.
"Have any of you seen this before?" And I draw one of the tattoos that
Do
was
I roll
common
for the
amongst
occult?
them.
Do you have 60% or higher?
Mm.
You don't need to even roll. So, the symbols tends toward legends of a group known as the Skopsi, a Russian Orthodox splinter sect that began in the 1700s and was reduced under constant persecution to a few rumored communities in the 90s. They are well documented as preachers of the holiness of castration and sexual mutilation. There's vague and sourceless rumors accuse some Skopsi communities of darker pursuits, gaining life and power from devils. Yeah, and so you finish looking at the folder, and what do you all say to each other, or what do you say, Agent Denise?
Sorry, I've been writing. What do I feel?
If I go do this, am I? I mean, I asked Carrie this, but like, am I gonna go to jail? We're killing what? How many people?
If we take care of it the correct way, and we call another agent in, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry you all had to see what's in that folder.
Yeah, and I kind of just look at the folder after giving you up, and then I draw out the symbol and I put it on the table.
I explain what the symbol is. And I basically what you said already, so I won't get into that. But listen, I won't lie to you. I'm not an expert on the occult. I'm not an expert on supernatural experiences or gods.
It's 2001. What the hell? I'm equally as disgusted at this.
Or
Slightly less.
It's a Holiday Inn, guys.
You're right.
But what I do know is in my previous missions, people have been being badly hurt by supernatural things, supernatural beings. And if it's within my power to stop it, I think it's worth trying. It's up to you now to decide if it's worth trying for you. I'm not going to make you go, but I would urge you to do so. And maybe at the end of it, you'll find yourself with a purpose. With us.
I never knew things like this existed.
This isn't my first rodeo, Jake.
Cuck. Little bitch.
And unfortunately...
Grow up, Jake.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it kind of as a joke.
Your character was joking.
He's joking around. It's the end.
Lighten the mood.
They need some levity right now.
I was going to make a joke about...
Why don't we do 2 truths and a lie, everybody?
I was gonna make a
Tell
joke
me
about...
something about yourself.
I was gonna say something about sticking it to him, just like they did to the kids, but...
Yeah, that would be bad.
God.
Can we work with a different agent?
I didn't actually say it. Those were my inside thoughts that I didn't let out.
Good, good.
You did.
You
You
smiled
did
to
just say it though.
You like giggle.
No, listen. I've done this before, and unfortunately...
Done this before.
Yes, missions like this.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's everywhere.
Do you that?
Things that are different but also supernatural happen all over the world.
Do you know what that is?
You haven't seen that before,
I've
ever.
not. No,
Okay.
I've not.
You seem like a spooky ghost.
I will say, these are spooky, if you know what I mean.
Like children, like in like a blob.
You guys should have been all the Scooby-Doo characters.
Like, jeez.
Let's rid 'em.
Some basic things that I do know, that it's typically best to try to not let them talk. You go in... the people, if we're going in. Sometimes they can say things.
Thank you for clarifying.
And it can hurt you. Like, supernaturally. Do you understand?
Not really, but
Neither do I. But that's true. That's something that can happen.
So we're gonna go in at night.
We're going to plan it. We're going to make a plan. We're not just going to rush in.
how many people are in there?
I don't know. We're going to have to do
You
surveillance.
seem to have a lot of pictures and surveillance for.
She doesn't have any surveillance. It's just the pictures that they took.
Agent Denise, why isn't the rest of the Bureau on this case?
Only very few of us know about these supernatural cases.
To me, this just looks like a bunch of Russian crazies.
You didn't get
That
any...
looks like
You
just
didn't get
crazies to you?
Mr. T...
You can call me
No,
Agent
Thompson.
Thompson.
Crazies to me.
Or Detective Thompson, if you wish.
When we leave this room, we're all going to have different aliases. It's better that people can't trace anything back to you or your true name. But... Mr. T, Detective T, I'm sorry. You had no feelings when you looked at that folder? Your eyes didn't go numb?
I didn't say I wasn't going to help. I just want to know what I'm getting into.
Something bad.
Clearly.
The hope is your involvement will help some of those children living in that hellish orphanage.
I agree. But we're going to need some help.
It has to just be us.
How these two get picked?
They helped before. They
You
got
all
noticed.
know Agent Hall, by chance?
You absolutely cannot contact anyone from your own agencies.
I can't tell the sheriff.
No.
I'll tell him
no.
He's gonna want to hear about it.
He's like a father.
I think he'll want to hear.
Not
He
that
might
I-
have. He's really good at this sort of thing.
He's better than me, honestly.
You should have called him. He taught me everything. He taught me how to shoot.
Jake, listen. Listen, Jake.
Jake's like clearly like panicking.
Yeah, this is a really fucked up situation.
Jake knows he should help, but he's like, fucking, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here.
Yeah, and this is something that you noticed. Like, why were these people's names given to you? Because it doesn't seem like they're the type that are ready to go for this.
Is this the whole group? The whole team?
This is the whole group.
And there's an unknown amount of people, a large amount of people.
With proper surveillance, almost anything is possible.
I
have to agree
I'm-
with Agent Denise on that one.
Okay.
I've led a couple of different stings in Chicago that have been dicey.
This must be why you were chosen.
I don't know. Boss told me to come to this conference. Here I
Someone
am.
opens the door. Are you guys done? Can we use the room?
No!
Excuse me.
Can I smoke
You don't
in
even
here?
knock when you...
Sorry. He shuts the door.
Wait, yeah, I guess it's...
I'll take that
Yeah,
as a
2001, you can smoke inside.
Yeah, we're smoking.
I light a
It's
cigarette.
so long ago. I don't know.
I know that this is a lot of information. It was a lot of information, too, when I read that folder. But I think we can slowly whittle down how scary this all is in some ways by just simply becoming as prepared as we can. This problem is big, but it's possible to tackle, I think, with each of our minds.
My 8 intelligence.
Someone can make an intelligence roll. This is of your, like, the times 5.
Okay.
You 2 more.
I actually succeed.
Oh, I got a 6.
No, I didn't do
You
it.
do know that
I rolled a 5.
Orphanages and child centers, they do have social workers assigned to them, all regardless of what's happened or anything. And there's probably records at the social place.
I know. I'm not an agent like any of you, but I know that these sort of agencies they'll have social workers.
Great, this is a good lead.
Well, how I don't understand how
We'll have to try.
I'll reach out to them. I'll figure it out.
But first, we need to come up with aliases. You are not Jake Blevins when you leave this room and start working this case. You are someone else. I won't even be Agent Denise when I speak with these people. My name will be Alice.
Probably need a last name, too.
Alice Welton or something. I'll figure it out. But you'll each need your own names. We're working
Get
with
creative.
the FBI. We're
I
investigating.
just used my one creative name. I can't. It's like a once a year type of thing. I can't.
Do like Supernatural. Do like rock stars.
That's what band names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
AC/DC.
My name is Def Leppard.
Agent Def Leppard.
We're all working with the FBI to investigate different child services, making sure that the care they're getting is what they're receiving. We'll come up with a story, but we cannot go in and notify these people that we're investigating into this specific orphanage right away and have them look into us and know who you are, your name is, who your sheriff is, if your families are.
I'll be John
You don't want these
Booth.
people to know who you are. John Booth?
John Booth.
How about we get a little bit more creative, John Booth?
What?
Richard Simmons.
Green is not a creative color.
You're like, I'll be Thomas Thompson. Just Tim's.
Yes.
I can't meet John Wilkes Booth.
How about John Wheat?
That's worse.
No, it's not.
Why is John Wheat better than John Booth?
Because John Booth is known nationally.
He
Nobody
has a national reputation.
would have been like Agent Booth. What?
They might.
I'll think of a name. Why are you looking at me?
Agent Denise, do you happen to have any sort of falsified identification already? Badges?
No.
No.
Alright.
All I got's this folder.
When we go there, are we gonna be claiming to be
Working with the FBI.
working with the FBI?
Or we could be social workers ourselves.
Agent Denise, I thought you were working for the FBI. Why can't we actually work with the FBI?
Because I can't use my actual FBI name.
Sure.
The FBI goes undercover frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
They
guys, they gotta keep this a secret from the public. I'm terrified right now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What is it?
Very few people know of these
Jesus.
supernatural occurrences.
That was almost a.
Still haven't seen anything supernatural.
No,
about
you looked
this.
at the pictures. There were things in there.
Okay. I thought it was mostly just the mutilation and.
It was men and women and things
Oh,
Okay, there were
Campbell.
things
Doing
in there.
stuff.
Oh, she's outside.
Okay.
I got her.
to kids.
Thing.
She's at the door.
Campbell. My goodness. Now that we're trusting you outside longer term, you want to be
I
outside?
don't know how to
too?
lock your thing.
Oh, I'll take care of it.
Is it things that could be?
I think it's like bodies that are like fused together.
It's nothing that I could like try and explain it, because really, I mean, realistically, my experience.
It could explain it as like the photos are very badly taken and very dark. It could just be a person.
Okay. So, because I like my experience with the supernatural is very limited, I think.
Yeah. So all of the three of you guys know that Gary Hall was definitely involved in something supernatural, and he was part of something.
Just something
That's
strange.
very clear that this Agent Denise is part of that same thing.
Can we talk to Gary? Do you all know Gary?
I worked with a Gary Hall agent. Gary
Was it
Hall.
Gary
So we
Hall,
all
the
know
agent
Gary.
you worked with previously?
Is that why it's us? It's because Gary?
I can assure you that Gary Hall was an alias. I don't know his agent name.
He never gave me a number to call him.
No, but I know he always showed up at the worst of times.
We always do, unfortunately.
All right, Agent Denise.
She's throwing up in your bag.
Campbell!
She pulled the cover down and started to throw up.
Bastard.
You fucker.
Are you gonna do
She literally like, what?
Here. Well, let's get her down and bring
hasn't stopped. She stopped.
Well,
She'll stop forever.
That's what was in the picture.
Campbell went.
It's a thing.
Did you eat too much grass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's never too much out.
Well, that's the thing. When you get full, you just throw up, and then you're gonna eat more.
Joy is just in eating, not being full.
The journey.
Yeah, so you were saying Gary Hall is an alias. Probably.
I would assume that Gary Hall is an alias.
His name's not actually Gary.
And that he was affiliated with the same organization I'm affiliated with. And he is who recommended you to assist with this operation. He recommended you because he saw something in you. He saw something capable of fighting against these supernatural entities, the occult.
And where is he?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever even met Gary Hall. I might have. But agents don't cross-mingle often.
Well, why is he not here?
There's other agents.
Agents don't often
That's a good
work.
question.
She's our Gary.
I think it is a good question. Gary Hall
I
is
don't know. Yeah, no idea.
Yeah.
once that mission was done, Gary Hall ceased to exist. He likely went back.
Why do you call himself
It's-
Gary
Except for,
3 times?
he kept doing missions with us.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Gary was a bit of an idiot.
Maybe it was maybe
Gary Hall ceased to exist, and then Gary Hall came into existence.
maybe it was one big mission, and you guys didn't know it was all intermingled.
What about his partner, Lena Garner?
I don't know. Again, if she was working with Gary, I assume she was an agent. And agents typically go by aliases when they're working in different operations. It tends to be standard that we change our aliases for every single mission for safety.
Are you new to this, Agent Denise?
I'm new to parts of it, yes. I've been around for a little while. This is my first time meeting friendlies like yourself. I think it's important that we're as honest with each other as we can be. And I promise you I'm being as honest with you as I can be.
I found half a man in a shed with Gary.
I'm sorry, Jake.
What was Gary doing to him?
Well, me and Gary went into the shed, and there was a man in there with half a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man.
And then the guy started freaking out, and then Gary killed him. And then we burned them both.
You did the right thing.
What did you guys do? No one else shares.
That's the first thing.
I found. Are you okay with what we thought?
You can do whatever you like. You can say whatever you like, Toby.
Well, okay. I found a bag for him. It was a weird bag, yeah. And then I helped him track down some other strange business dealings. I work in the white collar division of the FBI. Financial crimes, art, con men, kind of.
I may have met the devil.
It was a weird bag. You put stuff in it.
I may have met the devil. It was a weird bag.
You put stuff in it.
Back to my bag.
And it wasn't in there. It just disappeared.
Detective T, you don't have to share if you don't want to share.
I've seen plenty of stuff. Gary was there during the worst of it.
So you've met this Gary multiple times?
And his partner. Which you are neither. I do not trust you, Agent Denise, but I will help.
I'm not asking you to trust me, I'm asking you to help with this operation. But I will tell you that I will be as honest with you as I can be, whether you believe it or not. And if we work together, we have to trust each other a little bit, only in regards at least to this mission. I will advise you in the best way I can to keep you and your family safe.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that now.
Moving forward, you're not to tell any of your coworkers, your colleagues, your family, your friends, anything about this operation. We're not...
How do we explain our absence?
Come up with something.
Conference ran long.
Many weeks too long.
Your work is the ones that assign you to this conference.
Okay. How long is the conference supposed to be?
A weekend.
Oh.
But you could say longer. It's up to you. Whatever lie you want to tell.
Okay.
If I need to be gone longer, I'm just gonna call my wife and my sheriff. I'm not telling anybody anything, I promise.
Don't tell them anything for their safety, but tell them, yes, like.
I'm just gonna say there was a mix-up and it's actually a week. They've extended our hotel stays.
I think that's great.
Okay. And I walk out of the room to go find a payphone.
Yeah.
Wherever you're supposed to be, your personal cell phone should remain.
No one has cell phones.
Okay. Burn.
Yeah,
2001.
You can, but they're like big things that you like.
I
put
would
in
not
and
have a
out.
cell phone.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't. Cops wouldn't.
That's fair enough.
I got a radio. I'm good with
Yeah,
radios.
so what were you saying to them?
If your personal cell phone and yourself, if you're supposed to be here, those will remain here in your rooms.
Oh, Nokia, 2001.
Which one?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of halfway remembering.
Yeah.
Remember having one at the house.
Chunky
like
phones, some flip
throwaway
phone
one.
things, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was something.
Did Walmart prepaid phones exist then?
Yeah.
Probably not prepaid ones, actually.
No,
at
but
that point.
similar concept,
Yeah.
size.
That's the prepaid phone I had when I was a freshman was just a brick.
Mm-hmm.
We should. What time is it right now?
It's like 11 a.m. You're talking to them. You went outside to go use a phone. We'll go to you real quick. You were going outside to use a phone, a payphone?
I was going to find a payphone wherever that was.
Yeah, I mean, you can find one. You can see one outside on the street. I'm sure you could also ask the hotel.
I'll go to the front desk to see if there's a phone I can
Sure.
use.
You go to the front desk. There's a bit of a line up there. There's an old lady. There's a man waiting. There's a blind guy with a service dog.
Are there any payphones in the lobby?
Yeah, you'll have to go past them.
Yeah, I'll go past.
Okay. Yeah, you go past them. You go past the blind guy with the service dog. The service dog looks up at you. You like pet the dog or anything? No.
That wasn't taboo back then.
You can pet any dog.
Come here, buddy.
Hey.
But as you go past it, make an alertness roll.
That's a 1.
You are alert, and all of a sudden the dog jumps at you. Make a
I shoot
dodge.
it.
Do you want to dodge or fight back?
I'm going to dodge.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Not bad.
You do dodge out of the way of the dog. It's biting at you, and the owner's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" You won't. You back away.
I back. Yeah, I get away from the dog.
Yeah. The dog is like pulling at its leash, and it's trying to come towards you.
Mister, I get your dog.
So yeah, you have an action. What do you want to do? You can run out of the.
I'm gonna
hotel.
run out of the room.
You run out the front door.
Or I wouldn't run out. I'm just
You would
like
attack the
backing
dog?
away. No, I'm backing away.
You're backing up to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, the dog is pulling him away. Eventually, so you back up to the wall.
Yeah.
Dog pulls itself out of its owner's hand and runs at you again.
Okay.
It's going to attack you. You can dodge or fight back.
At this point, I'll fight back.
That's unarmed.
I rolled a 91.
Okay. Rolled an 11. Okay. The dog bites you. Let's see. Where does it bite you? When you were fighting back, were you using your leg or something? Trying to kick it?
Probably going to kick it, yeah.
Okay. Dog is going to do 4 damage to you.
4
And
damage?
it bites the shit out of your calf. And you're doing it, and you can feel it. I mean, it did blood. There's damage. You see your legs start to bleed, and it bites you. And after it bites you and lets go, it becomes docile. And then it kind of like walks back over to its owner.
I pull my gun out and I'm like pointing it at him and the dog.
The people in the lobby are like, "Wow, what's?" And the dog just walks back to its owner and like takes its lead rope and then like nudges its owner.
Mister, what the fuck?
The concierge says, "Are you okay? Do you need to be called an ambulance?"
Maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
all of you hear screaming and shouting.
I walk out of the room and I
got my
see
hand
him.
like in a holster.
I still have my revolver out.
Yeah.
I run to him
You're like
immediately.
on the ground or something.
Yeah, I'm like up against the wall on the ground, like still kind of pointing at the
I
dog.
run to him immediately and I'm like, "What happened to your leg?"
You run past the dog. It's very docile.
That fucking dog came at me. It just ran at me.
Did it get you?
Yeah, his leg is bleeding.
Yeah, it got me.
I start doing a tourniquet on his leg.
We can call the police. We can call the paramedics.
I walk over to that guy and I flash my badge. It's all right.
Your ID badge?
Just enough to see the badge itself, not like my name or anything like that.
Supernatural style. Or just
Yeah.
Has your dog ever acted
It's
this
all
way
right,
before,
sir. We'll take care of this.
Oh, okay.
Has your dog ever acted this way before,
What?
sir?
My dog attacked someone? It's a blind man.
Yes.
I'm sorry. He's never acted like it, and he's never done that before.
Has anything strange happened to you in the last week?
No.
Anything to your dog?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you at this conference?
I'm
The hotel.
checking into a hotel. You're in the lobby of a hotel.
Has your dog have you been out of town, out of country, anywhere new in the past week that you don't normally go to?
I'm traveling, but...
Is there a reason for your travels here, sir?
No, I'm just here with my nephew, and we're going to a family reunion.
Oh, where's the family
He was
reunion?
picking me up.
Where's the family
It's in
reunion?
Baltimore. Who are you people?
I'm asking you questions because your dog attacked.
Well,
An
it's not
officer.
my fault. I'm an officer? What?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Look, sir, I think that this is all just a big misunderstanding. We're here for a short conference is all.
Hey, listen.
Maybe we just have a short conversation.
Can I just give him like a look up and down?
Yeah, I want to roll and
I
see
just
if I
wanna-
notice. I want to look at the dog.
That's a human.
Okay.
Yeah, the human.
So I'm not really looking for like, is he lying? I guess yeah. Let's do the line.
I kind of want to look at the rest of the people.
Yeah.
I'll do human because I have really good human. 99.
I'd like to roll to see if
It's a
he's
crit fail.
answering my question truthfully. I'm looking at the dog too, noticing anything out of the ordinary.
I rolled 1, 3, 91, 99.
I rolled a 7. That's an extreme.
You're looking at the people.
Yeah.
Like I said, you saw an old lady, you saw a man there, you saw a blind man, and then there's the hotel worker. And the hotel worker literally has the phone up to his ear. He's like, he stopped but he's like, still has it up. I can call them if there's an issue here. Are you okay, sir?
Did I notice?
I think we shouldn't.
I go over to her, kneel
No.
down, look at the wound. Can I make like a medicine roll or something?
Can I do
Or
a first aid check on
first aid.
myself?
just to like assess?
You'll have a penalty die if you do it on
Can I
yourself.
roll for surgery to assess it?
It is first aid.
I do a first aid too.
I only have 30.
I had 50, but did we have a penalty there?
Go for it.
I rolled a 100.
You lose another hit point.
I'm sorry.
We should.
Let's try
What?
again.
You
When
like
I
try
roll-
to tear his pants and it hurts his leg.
Ah,
Aggravates
fuck!
it. So you see a little pool of blood forming on the wall.
Jesus Christ.
Did the tourniquet not stop the bleeding?
That was all part of your first aid thing.
Okay.
Are we not doing the
It's because you rolled 100.
2 number thing though?
No, we're not.
Okay, got it.
When I rolled my human roll, did I notice anything about the blind man or the dog?
He looks really distraught and freaking out.
What about the dog?
The dog seems docile. It's just sitting there looking at everyone.
I'd like to approach the dog.
You go up to the dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like to literally look at him, look around his collar, look at all that kind of stuff.
Boop, boop, boop.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just checking your dog to see if I can find anything bothering him.
You look at the dog, you look it over. You don't need to roll. It seems like a normal dog, but there is blood on its mouth a little.
Okay. Listen, sir, I think everything will be fine. I know you're blind, but moving forward, you might want to check in with some sort of veterinarian to check out your dog. Maybe there's a medical ailment causing him to act this
Like
way.
I said, I'm just so sorry about this.
We appreciate that. Thank you. We'll make sure to take care of our friend. All right?
Okay, I didn't mean any trouble, and neither did my puppy.
I'm sure you or your puppy did not mean trouble.
The golden retriever that's just looking at you now.
Don't worry. He's probably riddled with cancer. All golden retrievers are.
He'll get
Is that
his.
contagious?
How about we get you back up to a room, and I'll take a look at your leg. I actually have.
I don't think you should look at my leg again.
I actually have a pre-med degree.
How about we go to a clinic real quick? I go over to the receptionist, like, don't worry about the call. We'll make sure he gets there in one piece. Thank you, though.
Okay, all right.
Sorry for the disturbance, folks. I hope the rest of your day goes well.
Yeah, I might run to a clinic.
All right,
Make
come on.
Make
You're
a
not
charisma
going to run
roll,
it
too.
anywhere.
Okay.
This is just to make sure everyone's calm and isn't going to do anything further with
Following up.
telling about people or reporting it to anybody.
Just base charisma.
Uh-huh.
I do not succeed.
Okay, sounds good.
Can I tell that he didn't succeed? That people
No.
are freaking out?
No, you
Okay.
can't. I mean, people seem really agitated, and you guys are sitting here for a bit.
Here, let me help you up.
Yeah,
And
I go over to help.
put your arm over my shoulder and I stand up.
Yeah, we can go out to my car.
Yeah.
We go out in the parking lot. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. What kind of car do you drive?
It's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Volkswagen.
It's a
think
beat
I
up Volkswagen.
probably have like a FBI issued vehicle. I assume.
We'll take the Volkswagen.
I drove my cruiser here.
Has your city
Cross
name?
state lines.
Yeah, it's like fucking like
Has even your name on
Greensboro, Virginia, Officer Blevins or Deputy Blevins.
Conspicuous.
I didn't know I was supposed to be undercover here.
Did any of you go back and grab the folder and stuff?
I'll go back.
We would have taken.
I would have. I wouldn't have ever left it in the conference room.
Yeah.
I know what's in it,
Okay.
so I'm holding on to it.
Okay. And you guys all get to a car.
Sorry, there's some stuff in the back seat, and I
I'll-
fall down one of the seats and pull some shit out, put it in the trunk.
take 2 cars.
Yeah, that might actually be a good idea.
I'll follow you.
How about we take my car? We'll follow behind.
All right,
Okay.
Jake, I'm gonna lay you down in the back seat.
I'm imagining. What I was imagining is the scene from fucking Reservoir
That
Dogs.
is what I was thinking. I hate his acting in that movie.
It's fine. It's not.
It's
that bad.
terrible.
It's not.
Tim
that
Roth
bad.
sucks.
You guys are all shoved into a VW Bug, but we're in like a giant Escalade with plenty of room for everyone.
You're not
Nope.
Civic.
I'm in a Honda Civic.
A Civic. Okay, interesting.
All right.
Good.
And where you going?
Just like a clinic.
The
Yeah.
clinic.
Somewhere I can get some stitches.
We'll go to like a local walk-in clinic.
Yeah, just like a.
I mean, you're in charge.
Follow
What do you
me.
want
I'm gonna take
Google
them
it
to
on
a
your
local
cell
like
phone.
walk.
to do? You don't know
Oh,
anywhere
wait.
that's going on, so
I don't know anywhere that's going
you've
on.
never been to this city before, Sykesville.
Just Google
Oh,
it on
okay.
your cell phone.
Can't do that yet.
Ask the question.
No, I'm going to ask. I'm gonna. There's
Yes, the front
probably
desk.
Well, no, the front desk. We're trying not to bring attention, but maybe
I mean-
before we would have left, I would have asked her if she knows of a local clinic we could go to.
You can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, follow me, guys.
Okay.
And I start driving.
I'm in the back seat.
Yep. Start driving. Now that you guys are somewhat separated, is there anything that you guys want to say to each other while you're separate?
So it's just me and Jake, and then you two in a car.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what was going on with that dog, man.
I look in the rearview mirror. It happens. Dogs.
It's weird.
You're so nonchalant about things.
He's been through some shit.
I'm imagining that's how you'll treat like stuff like this. You're like, body horror. It happens.
He tries, but it fucks him up.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's a coping.
What do you think about this Agent Denise?
I mean, I gotta be honest, man. I'm out of my depth here. You all seem
Really cool.
way above my pay grade. And honestly, like I'm just as afraid of you as I am of her. If I had to be honest.
He looked at the folder the longest of anyone.
Yeah, and that's what I was like.
3 times longer.
I saw it.
He shut it and then
I was like, hold on.
It's like apparently the worst thing you've ever seen, and you're just like almost casually.
I mean, I played it off at least casually. I didn't lose that much.
My character 100% had a conversation with himself about what he had already seen and being like, That's going to be the worst thing you ever see, Jake. Don't worry. Like, you're never... It's going to be okay now.
You got through it.
You got through it, and you're fine. And you did the right thing.
I saw a weird bag.
That
was actually what Jackson and I discussed.
I really like a lot of the, like, me and Toby, like, little bits sometimes. I feel like occasionally I'll say something and you'll follow up, and it's perfect. You're really good at that.
It's unintentional, but
I think I saw the devil. I saw a really weird bag.
that was in the chat when we were discussing my character. That was the one thing I did, that was one of the things I did, and the other thing I did was just track financials of companies that were doing like shady shit. That's my supernatural experience.
So hold on. Toby said why the bag was weird. Did you hear him say why it was
weird?
No. So no one heard that.
I'm not gonna explain it. It's too weird.
It is weird.
It was literally like I saw a half a body and a man that we had to kill, and Gary killed him, and then we left. Also, I may have met the devil. And then he was like, weird bag.
Hey, you put stuff in it and it doesn't come out.
Weird. Do you still have it? Because that could be very useful to us.
I think Gary took it.
Gary probably took it.
Yeah,
did
Gary
he?
probably
He did.
He didn't leave it with you?
Look like you'll need this someday.
The devouring bag.
I just wanted to help you out. That's all it was.
Terrifying bag of holding.
It wasn't. I wasn't quite terrified. I was just confused at its construction. Clearly, it's hidden somewhere within.
Anyway, the two of you are alone. Do you guys say anything to each other? Toby and Morgan.
I thought. Yep. Sorry. So, forgot your name there, buddy.
You can ask him again.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't come up with my.
You can call me Richard
Frank.
Williams.
And
how are you feeling?
I'll continue to call me Jake.
I just really don't understand why I was chosen for this assignment, this mission.
I think
it doesn't seem to fit me at all.
I agree.
Do you say that to him?
No.
Okay.
Because
it's clear. I work in white collar crime. This is something completely different.
maybe Gary saw something in you that I don't know yet. I will be honest with you, Frank. I don't know you, so I can't tell you exactly why you were chosen for this. I was just sent here to meet you all and to tell you the mission.
I see. Is it normal on missions like this to be very understaffed?
I will say that typically this organization seems to work with minimal people.
Okay.
There are not many people that could look at a folder like that and say, yes, I want to be involved, and yes, I want to help.
Right. Do they at least have resources to help complete these missions, or?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. That's not very
Sometimes they do.
reassuring.
It's kind of like when you find a group of people that all like the same thing, Frank. So let's say
People like this?
people want to, once you get a taste of what's out there, of these horrible
I want
things.
more.
It's not that you want more, it's that you go to sleep at night knowing it's out there and knowing it's hurting people. And if you can do something to change that, to help someone, to me, that's worth it.
You also think about your bonds, your family, your little
painting.
your little kid.
Oh yeah.
My painting.
I painted him.
I
That's
have
good.
people that are important to me, and if the things I saw in my life were to happen to them and I could have prevented it, who am I? if I know and I don't do anything to change it.
But these are orphans.
They have no one else. This is...
Are they?
True.
Yeah, I mean, they're at an orphanage. They may not be orphans.
Someone could care for them still.
Well,
They could still have parents.
Yeah, they could be kidnapped.
I really don't know. Well, that's not true. I know how I feel about the going in and murdering a bunch of people. That's not something that I really want to do.
So when you looked at the folder, what was in there, you know these people need to die. That's something that's without a doubt they need to die.
Okay. So but that doesn't exactly convince me to kill them myself. Or...
It's up to you. You see all the terrible things they were doing to children in there. It's up to you. But in your head...
Frank, do you have children?
They do need to die. They deserve to die.
You don't have to tell me.
I can't know your names. Don't know your names. Do you have children?
Don't tell me. But if there was a child in there that you cared for, wouldn't you want someone to come help them? To save them?
Yes, and I would help them as well, but...
So help them. You can make the choice. I'm not going to force it on you. You can walk away, and I will forget your name. I'll never utter it to anyone else ever again. No one will know you were ever involved in this conversation. But I need to know soon, like after we leave the clinic, because we have maybe at most a week to do this. Preferably, probably the weekend, because that's when the conference is supposed to be over.
I mean, every day is another day that they're still there. That stuff is happening to them.
Yeah, that's true. How long has this been going on? You know?
No. We didn't take those photos.
How did you acquire the photos?
That wasn't given to me.
Got it.
What was given to me was in that folder.
Okay, and then you just were told to show up at the conference. This is a very strange organization, but...
We're working against strange circumstances.
Strange bags.
Strange bags.
You guys arrive at the clinic. You all get there. Hold on. You guys walk in.
Yeah.
What do you say? What's your thing you say to them?
I need assistance. I got bit by a dog.
A stray dog running around. We already called it in. His leg was hit.
I don't...
What do you mean you called it in?
I don't have a license or any information, and I'm hurt.
We can help you right away, sir.
Okay.
What's your name?
Jaden.
Okay, Jaden.
I thought you were going to say John Booth.
Jaden Booth.
Gary
John.
Hall.
What was your name?
Denise. Agent Denise.
Denise Booth. Denise Booth.
No, you already said Jaden.
DB.
All right, Jaden, we'll get you back here, and you get taken back, and a nurse does some work on you.
Yeah.
You get back a D4 of hit points.
4.
You get back 4 hit points, and it required some stitches, and they do some stitches on your leg.
I'm nearly back to full health.
You guys all wait in the waiting room?
I'm waiting in the car.
Okay.
No, I'll come inside.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you want to wait in the car, less people get seen.
Yeah. Maybe ask for antibiotics.
I mean, yeah.
The nurses will know what to do.
Yeah.
I just pull out a little notepad and I'm sitting in the waiting room just writing stuff down.
Time comes and you get back up to the front. Okay, so you will need some insurance information. Does your friend here have any?
Neither of us have insurance.
Okay, well it's going to be $300.
All right.
Do you have $300?
Nope.
Okay, so I need your name and address.
I don't have an address.
He's. What did he say?
Sir,
He doesn't have an address either.
I don't know this man. I saw him on the side of the road get attacked by a dog.
That's also true.
I'm trying to help him out.
You're
you know what?
Man?
I'm a homeless man.
I go up there to the counter. Look, man, I pull out my wallet and I thumb through. I only got 100.
Given the circumstances, okay, that's fine. She takes the 100.
She just keeps it.
All right, you can go.
Barter skill plus 10.
All right.
Thank you, man.
I
really
walk out of
appreciate
the lobby backwards.
Yeah,
Come on, we're gonna take you down to the
Your
station.
pants are missing from the knee down because she told them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that was my father's suit.
Shut up. It was not.
You're wearing a big bulky
It
suit
was.
except for from the knee down.
Yeah, it's like a very baggy suit. And there's no
That's
pant
why she
leg.
believed that you were homeless. 'Cause, like, your suit is so big.
It's in style. It's the style of time.
Come on now, Jaden. We'll get you going now.
And you guys get back out to the car.
Walk out. As soon as we're outside, I kind of give him a gem, like, you owe me $100.
Pull out a stick.
I had it! She was gonna give up eventually.
Yeah.
Or you were gonna get the cops called on us.
I don't know that we have time for eventually. We just need to get out of here.
You pull up next to them, Morgan. What do you say?
Let's head back to the hotel, go to my room, and we can make a game.
You don't
plan.
have a room there.
Should we change hotels?
No, do you have rooms in?
Okay.
Let's
There's
go.
a motel down the highway. We
Actually,
should probably
I'm-
instead of that, what?
Gonna leave my cruiser there.
That's smart. I think that's smart.
I feel like the less I drive that around, the better.
Where the fuck am I?
Probably be smart to get a
Rental car?
unmarked car to if you're gonna scope out the place eventually.
I mean, all of them have unmarked cars.
It's still linked back
mine's
to me.
personal
connect
car.
to you.
Oh, okay.
License plates
Yeah.
or anything.
That's fair.
I could steal a car.
You could.
I could try to steal
But that was just an idea for whenever you go.
I say we go ahead and make our way to Zion, Maryland. We can take my car so that all of your personal vehicles stay here. And then when we're there, we'll find another vehicle to do surveillance of the orphanage.
That's what you want to do first, surveillance.
Maybe, and I hate to say this.
Or we could go to the social workers first.
Well, we can go to Maryland first and then call the social
It's
workers.
all in Maryland.
Yeah, so we can just go to Maryland.
How far
Should
away
we-
is Zion?
Should we take someone's
we
license
don't.
plate?
Like an hour.
That's a good idea.
It's about an hour away.
Are we allowed to do that in the pursuit of our duties?
Sure, but let's not do it right in the middle of this clinic that we just left.
I agree.
You still owe me $100.
I was gonna get it for free. I like write a check for $100. I give it to you. Wait, what's your name?
I'll fill that part out.
Oh.
Leave the money part blank too.
If I give me your check.
Would I know?
You're not going back outside.
With my kind of white collar stuff, would I know any good places to go for like forged IDs?
No.
No. Okay.
You like doing art theft and stuff.
White collar is all. I mean, forgery, theft, financial crimes.
You'd probably know, like, how to spot a bad fake ID.
I mean, I assume I've arrested people that were.
I mean,
or have a CI or something.
Sure, maybe you do back in the Washington D.C. area, but again, this is another loose end that you're going to create of someone that knows these new IDs and knows that you needed to have them made, and the pictures of all of these people.
Okay.
Future task.
Would I know how to forge an ID as part of my tracking them down, looking, or maybe I've like seized or seen.
Yeah, you can
the
make
implements.
you can make like a hard criminology roll.
Criminology. Oh, there it is.
Whenever you're ready to try to make them if you want.
Oh, so I'll wait until we're somewhere.
I think your idea is good to at least get a different license plate on the car as well, so we can drive to either a very crowded location where we won't be noticed amongst all the crowds, or
Like a Kmart.
like a Kmart. Everyone loves Kmart.
Everyone loves Kmart.
Kmart's are always...
Kmart is all over the place right
I'm glad I have so much stock in Kmart.
It's never going to go down.
It never goes down.
And Ron, I got it all. Toys R Us.
Can we start
Best
investing
Buy,
right now?
Yeah.
So by next time jump, we're rich.
My character buys a lot of Amazon stock.
Invest in a very small company called Google.
Bitcoin.
I invent Bitcoin.
I invent Bitcoin.
Literally, YouTube doesn't even exist yet, but you're creating Bitcoin.
And honestly, if you invented
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin right now, you would absolutely be the one who was like, yeah, remember that guy that made Bitcoin and then made no money off it?
Yeah.
Somebody
Make
else
it
made
anyway.
it again and then made all the money off it?
I'm just going to invest in Yahoo.
And
Nice.
then immediately
Hey,
sell
well.
it?
I'm
Wait a
gonna
little bit and
Well,
then
open
yes.
up your
sell.
Yahoo
sell-
and say Hotmail.
Yeah.
Buy some MySpace. Was MySpace even publicly traded?
I think it was sold.
I think he sold it, but I don't even...
Invest in Yahoo, eventually sell it, and invest in Google.
Okay, so
Tell
I
us
will
that.
say I have to work at 7 tomorrow, so I probably can't play for too much longer. But I would like us all to discuss direction so that we have it all set before next time.
I say we get to Baltimore.
We get to
What? Baltimore.
Sorry,
Maryland.
not Baltimore. Maryland.
We're in Maryland.
That's Maryland still. You're all in Maryland. The social worker place would be in Baltimore.
in
Okay,
Baltimore.
that's
Okay.
why I was saying. Is Baltimore on the way?
Yeah.
If
So yeah, we could stop in Baltimore.
if those IDs are an option, we could certainly look at getting that. I also think we could probably talk our way through a lot of situations. We'll have to decide whether or not we are FBI agents or we're social workers or we are just independently investigating based on claims of abuse in different orphanages, and now we're following up to check the guidelines on how things are running.
The thing that we need to remember is if we come in, we say we're with the FBI,
They'll ask.
somebody's going to call to the FBI.
So maybe we're independent
Private
investigators hired by
parents.
FBI.
or not even parents, but just like how they do internal investigations. We're the people hired for that investigation to check for abuse claims,
Just government auditors.
or how things are working in different orphanages.
Independent government.
We'll have to,
Yeah, if we're trying to get into the place, maybe something like that.
yeah.
But for the social work aspect, that might work, maybe.
I think it could
Yeah.
work because we could say we were.
We could even maybe swipe something from the social worker's office
Mhm.
that could get us access or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
A cardigan.
Does the agency
Only
that
social workers have
employs
cardigans.
you give us any sort of cash resources? I'm sure I can get a couple unmarked guns if I go to a pawn shop.
Every time I've ever worked with Delta Green in a game, they don't give you shit.
No. We'll
It's
also.
a terrible organization.
It is. They suck.
The guns is important though. We should go to gun shows, online sales.
Gun shows. That's accurate.
Online sales.
Any sort.
Yeah, see if someone wants to meet up with you somewhere.
Sell that.
Yeah.
Personal gun sales.
I bought a
anything
gun
unmarked
from a
that
guy in
won't
a
lead back
parking
to
lot
us.
with my brother once.
Great.
Well, we're gonna need cash then.
You could also break into a gun store. You could break into someone's home. Do whatever you like.
Absolutely. I said that.
It's all legal.
We
Kind
will.
of.
Whatever
You have the
resource-
FBI's full support.
She'll make it legal.
I didn't say that. I've been very careful with my words.
Well, you need them to go along with you.
I do. Well, we have to do what we can to get the resources we need. And that might mean bending a few black and white lines into gray lines. You saw what's in the folder. None of this can come back to us.
I'm still gonna need some cash if we're gonna get this done.
I'll work on getting us cash.
Alright. So let's go to Baltimore, hit up the social workers, find ourselves a hotel.
We need you a new suit as well.
Yeah, I could use.
Yeah, some new clothes for you.
I brought a change of clothes.
Just one.
I have one more suit. It fits worse than this one.
So better. In a way.
So better. It's a normal suit for today's time.
It's like well, it fits me perfectly. I'm like, it's gripping me.
Where's the shoulder pads?
Okay. So our timeline. Car.
Step 1.
Guns.
Cut a hole in a box.
Money.
The Baltimore Ravens have just become a football team.
Whoa!
That's equally as bad
I
as
just
that folder.
I just take the plates off of my Volkswagen and throw it into the trunk. It's a beat up old Volkswagen, so
You probably get away with it.
probably get away with it.
So you want to drive without any plates?
We'll steal plates.
Yeah.
We-
for the time being.
No, you took them off. Are you going to steal from someone else?
No, I'm just gonna drive as is.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
I mean, we're still where the conference is that your work knows
You're
about.
still
thought you were
you're in the
leaving.
clinic parking lot talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to Baltimore first, so it's like, I think what we were going to do is steal plates for her car.
And then I'd drive, and then your guys' cars would stay where the conference is.
But
I'd like to drive my own car to Baltimore.
you can do whatever you want.
Or we can... Do you want your car leading back to you? I think your personal item should remain here.
I can leave it at the hotel.
Yeah. Exactly. Great. So we'll be investigators of some sort looking into... looking into this, we'll come up with our own aliases. We need money, guns, and a car situation. And we'll meet up with the social workers. Ask pointed questions.
Man, I should have looked up the most common car in 2001.
I literally, it was so funny. He was like, "What
Indistinguishable.
car are you driving?" I was like, "The most basic one, a Honda Civic." And then he was like, "You see a car in the parking lot? It's a Honda Civic." I was like, "No." Surveil. It was funnier then, I think.
Yeah.
Kia Rio. Honda
Really?
Ascent. Oh no, these are least expensive.
Okay, I think we do have a basis of a plan, though.
So what do you plan is you're going to drive to Baltimore all in your car.
Yes. We're going to switch license plate on my car, and we're going to drive in my car.
So do you switch on license plate now?
We're going to do it somewhere here, yes, before we leave.
Okay.
Not in this parking lot. We're going to go to a different place to do it.
Okay.
Why?
There's bound to be like a park or hiking area nearby, maybe.
Well, we can do that next time. We'll drive around and do it. After that, you're going to go to Baltimore.
Yes.
You're going to go to the
Like a social worker's
social
office,
worker's
yeah.
office. And you're going to talk to them, and what are you going to say to them to get them to talk?
That we have been, that we're private investigators into abuse allegations throughout for different orphanages and have gotten a anonymous tip about Cornucopia, and we're looking to get information about Cornucopia if they have any.
Just pulling up like the last
Yeah.
5 years worth of records or
Don't
something
need
like
anything confidential, just info if you have it.
that.
Opinions on the matter, if they have had new staff come and go, high turnover rates,
Sure.
New kids, how many kids are living there, what sort of what the registration is like to be involved, schooling, how old someone has to be to work there, those kinds of things. Just questions.
Sounds good.
And then from there we may investigate further. We might check with some local townsfolk. We might go to the library to see if we can find any research on the building itself. Maybe. Maybe just kind of post up, maybe tail someone that works there if we can and see what they do when they leave. Or if it doesn't seem like anyone's coming and going, that kind of thing. And then make a plan on how to go in. I also think maybe on the way we will see about getting guns, gun show. Might reach out to see about maybe stop in a library on the way to look up some like different advertisements for guns being sold. Meet up with them, get those different weapons and that
It's
sort.
also Baltimore, larger city.
Yeah,
Probably some crime.
right.
You know.
So we'll probably find some options of
Maybe.
weaponry, and maybe a gun show.
I mean, it's easy enough to just go to a pawn shop, buy a gun, and file it. I
Yeah.
mean, granted, buying it would leave a record, but
But if you go to a gun
2001.
show- although, yeah, 2001.
Also, we might be able to bribe him with cash, a pawn store owner, pawn shop.
Yeah. Who knows?
Columbine hasn't happened. Wait, when did Columbine happen?
It's in the 90s.
It did, yeah. It has already happened.
We look like upstanding citizens.
We
I'm wearing a
technically
trench
are.
coat.
Okay, you all get in her car and
Go.
we'll get you said you were going to steal a license plate, so we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Let's try with that.
Take my duffel bag.
All right.
Your leg throbs.
I feel like that he fucking got poisoned.
We
or
stop
something.
at a Walgreens and get you some ibuprofen.
And some. I'm assuming they gave me antibiotics. No. Nope, they
What?
didn't.
You
Not
said
for
the nurse
ibuprofen.
would know what to do.
You had to pay for those.
That's fair.
You got a pretty good deal.
I'll take a look at it when we're.
I'll get some
Is that-
ointment.
A one.
That's why we have ibuprofen.
So yeah, what a fun start.
Yeah.
That's what I was
I'm
saying.
upset you guys didn't like my joke.
What
Which
joke?
one?
Stick it.
I
to
didn't
them.
know you made a good joke.
Stick it to them. Where you were just joking about raping kids.
That was more funny.
I had hoped when you guys were in the conference room for a little bit more joking and like goofy stuff because I knew it was coming.
I don't.
Well, and like I
just
didn't
started looking
know
at
you
the
guys would have
computer.
all introduced yourselves. So I was like, don't tell me your names. And you guys were like, well, we already told each other.
Yeah,
You've been in here for 15 minutes
Yeah,
waiting
it's
for you. There's only 3 people in here.
There should have been a sign.
Don't speak when you enter the room.
Think
Do have
of an
bagels.
alias.
Oh, I didn't look at the computer at all because it paused for some reason.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
What computer?
I thought we were going back
in the
there.
conference room.
Oh,
That wasn't what she just said.
it's Campbell. She's having one.
If I assume it's pretty close. Can we stop by there again to get my stuff out of my car?
I mean, yeah. Discuss whatever.
We're not leaving like right now. We can go back to
Yeah.
get your cars and your things and all that kind of stuff.
Because I know we want unmarked
I'm gonna
ones,
go
but
check
I
those.
assume my gun is my car. And
Probably. If you want to have that with you.
if you're gonna murder an unknown amount of people, it's good to have at least maybe some ammunition. Get some.
True.
Maybe. Allow your fingerprints on it.
So, I mean, I can wash them, wipe them off.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that would be one interesting thing. We'll get to it next time, though. Next session.
The folder, I should say also, it has blood on it. It's burned. There's black ichor, and it smells like gasoline.
Almost like someone tried to get rid of it. But now I'm worried about that projector thingy. It could have just stopped. But what if someone else was in the room?
I was gonna steal the computer it was hooked up to because in 2001, I'm sure a laptop is.
It's not a laptop. It's a big computer.
Even that.
Big monitor and a tower.
Even that. Probably pretty expensive.
It probably belonged to the hotel.
It does belong to the hotel.
Yeah.
I'll steal it. Or I could just use it to research things. Where'd you acquire that folder?
Amazon.
I see. Nice. Just search folder.
I searched Hello Kitty folders.
You wanted it.
Yes, it is Hello Kitty inside the module or the scenario.
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, that was fun.